Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. On this channel I talk about fragrance, skincare, fashion and the finer things in life. And today we're going to be talking about Maison LANCôME. I have 5 full bottles lined up in front of me right now. So let me start by giving you the names. So today we're going to be talking about Parfait de Roses. Then we're going to talk about Santal Kardamon. We have Tubéreuse Castane, L'Autre Ôud, and we're going to wrap things up with LANCôME Ôud Bouquet. So if you have any questions about these 5 fragrances, I think this video is for you. So what are you gonna do? Go grab a drink if you're feeling a little thirsty. Woo! Go grab a snack if you're feeling a little hungry. Come find me here, and we have Maison LANCôME with us today, and we're gonna start our conversation. Yes, alright, so Maison LANCôME 5 fragrances that I have in my collection. Alright, so we're gonna be starting with Parfait de Roses, but I have a special note. I'm gonna drop a special note about Parfait de Roses. So I've been curious about this fragrance for a long time, and I have a friend on Instagram, and I also watch her YouTube channel. Her name is Ellie. Her YouTube channel and Instagram account will be linked down in the description box. Do follow her, and I trust her recommendation. I asked her, you know what, I watched your video where you talked about Parfait de Roses. I'm really curious. I think I'm just gonna go and do a blind buy. I asked her, should I? She said yes, and she knows what she's talking about. I have here Parfait de Roses. Oh my god! Wow, let's just spray this, and I'm gonna tell you all about Parfait de Roses, this gourmand, jammy, very well balanced, delicious, sexy rose fragrance, reeks of quality ingredients. Wow. So Manchera, roses vanille, or whatever, those like jammy roses where they allude to Turkish delight, forget about those. If you think you want something like that, you want something gourmand, you want something sexy, you want like a really authentic, delicate rose, kind of like sugared rose like Ellie said, I think the address is clear. Whoa, LANCôME Parfait de Roses is a very nice fragrance, everyone. Performance is really nice, 6 to 8 hours on my skin. There's also booziness to this as well, and the rose as well. Very well balanced. Yes, I'll be honest, like all the fragrances we're going to be talking about today, Maison LANCôME fragrances are linear on your skin. They have like a more straightforward life. I mean, come on, can they ever be straight? I'm wearing them on your skin, but the smell per se is very inviting, very alluring, very intriguing actually, especially for rose and gourmand lovers, and of course Turkish delight lovers. You know, I'm originally from Turkey, and in this channel we talk about fragrances in 2 languages. One of them is in Turkish, I just filmed that, and the other one comes in English. They're exactly the same, and you're watching the English version right now. And in English version right now we're talking about Parfait de Roses, Turkish delight fragrance, very high quality, high performance, balanced, gourmand, delicate, sugared rose. If these sound appealing to you, I think this is a fragrance you have to check. Wow, the bottle is very weighty, very heavy, and the magnetic cap. Take my money, bitch. Alright, so the next fragrance in my collection from LANCôME's private line is actually a sandalwood fragrance. I love sandalwood. My favorite sandalwood fragrance being Tom Ford Santal Blush in that clear bottle. I'm gonna be placing the photo on the screen right now. This is my like the blue standard when it comes to sandalwood fragrances, that like creamy, that skin scent sandalwood. However, we have a runner up here. I like this as well. This is called Santal Kardamon. Santal Kardamon is a cardamom and sandalwood and vanilla fragrance with a spicy opening. I'm just gonna be honest. Let me spray this here. And where was this? Oh, I sprayed this here. Alright, so let's just spray this here. Well, there's a spicy opening, and this opening is kind of like leaning toward that designer world masculine fragrances opening. you know, I ran away from that, but this is very short-lived. It's very short-lived. It dissipates pretty quickly, and it goes down to a very nice cardamom note. I find cardamom very sexy in fragrances, and in here, in addition to sandalwood, I am smelling a nice, very well-balanced, kind of like, you know, sticky, sweaty leather note. So on the bottle here, it says Santal essence, sandalwood, and also cardamom vert, green cardamom in here. I love this fragrance. It's kind of like, all right, so I know what I'm gonna say. So when I smelled this fragrance, I was immediately reminded of two other fragrances that I know. One being Garcon Eau de Parfum, and the other one being Les Exclusives de Chanel, Le Lion de Chanel. And in my video where I talked about Les Exclusives de Chanel fragrances, when it came to Le Lion de Chanel, I said that, you know, there is an undeniable Garcon Shalimar vibe. So the fragrance you are looking at right now, in my opinion, are better than either of those two fragrances. You know, Garcon Shalimar, I like that, but it's not really translated into our daily lives anymore. We can't really wear them. I mean, you can wear them. You can wherever. You can wear whatever you like, whatever makes you happy, whenever, wherever. But, you know, in my opinion, Garcon Shalimar is kind of like not with us at this point. It's a really nice fragrance. I like it. To me, Santal Kardamon from LANCôME is kind of like updated, modern interpretation of that with the sandalwood, more creaminess. I like it. And also, I was reminded of Les Exclusives de Chanel, Le Lion de Chanel. Actually, I like that too. It's an oriental fragrance with a Chanel DNA, but in my opinion, this baby here is better than that Le Lion as well. If you like the two fragrances that I just talked about today, and if you want an interpretation from LANCôME, and if you want that fragrance to come in a very high quality representation with high quality ingredients, I think Santal Kardamon is a fragrance you might wanna check out. Alright, so the next fragrance is a Tubéreuse fragrance. Is again a gourmand fragrance. It's a controversial fragrance, and that fragrance is called Tubéreuse Castane. Chestnuts and tuberose and tonka bean are listed as notes of this linear, high-performing gourmand fragrance from Maison LANCôME. Let's spray this, and I'm gonna give you a warning regarding this. So, if you spray this on your skin at the same location 3-4 times, you're gonna be faced with a very sharp cat pee smell. It's a little pissy, but hey, I love piss. You know, our fantasies cannot be censored, so I don't mind that. But I would like to warn you that an opening of this fragrance, the opening of this fragrance can be very sharp, can knock you down, can kind of like to your nose and hit you. So be careful about that. Do not blind buy that. However, I like it. I like that, you know, kind of like sharpness that shakes you in the opening. But the good news is it dissipates. It takes longer to dissipate than the spiciness that goes away in Santal Kardamon. However, it goes away. As this fragrance dries down, it becomes sweeter, it becomes more rounded, it becomes more delicious, more sweet, maybe tonka beans. I think that stickiness, that cat pee vibe that I get from here, that sharp vibe, which I don't mind, I like it, I like this. It comes from that, you know, chestnut liqueur, kind of like, you know, candy chestnut accord, that nuttiness with tuberose gives that vibe to it. This is a great gourmand tuberose fragrance. You know, when tuberose is interpreted in a gourmand manner, I like it. Love tuberose. I like love tuberose a lot. Recently, I purchased Orchid Soleil, not the fragrance of my life, but nice wearable. There is a tortilla smell, of course, and there's also a very recent addition on in my collection, Ôud Bouquet Cocaine, which opens up with like a mothball smell, continues his or her way, kind of like, Orchid Soleil, where like tortilla sunscreen smell. I like that a lot too. I like this a lot too, and actually I'm layering this Tubéreuse fragrance with those. And another thing that I would like to mention is that if you have a linear, very simple vanilla fragrance, spray this on and top it off with this one. Yes, you're going to be smelling very, very heavy. It's going to be very overpowering. I like this fragrance in summer, but I'm an oversprayer, and my summer fragrances are usually fragrances for people who live in very cold climates. But hey, we're all different. Tubéreuse Castane is a nice fragrance. Very linear, but very high performing. 8 to 10 hours. And after that initial sharpness disappears. It's very delicious. It's very inviting. I like this a lot. Check this one out. I like this. Tubéreuse Castane. Alright, so we have 2 more fragrances to talk about today, and they are actually oud fragrances. So these oud fragrances are going to be divided into 2 categories, one of them being oud and rose and oud combination, and the other one is rose, oud, vanilla, sugar combination. I'm going to take a sip and then we're going to dive into oud fragrances that come from Maison LANCôME. So they're going to be the older bottles. These 3 bottles here and the other, like the new presentations, they are so weighty. Oh my god, they're very heavy. Magnetic caps. It's so nice. The presentation is nice. The smell is nice. So I'm happy. I'm game. Take my money. But these 2 that we're going to be talking about today are the older presentations. I love them a lot too. And the first one we're going to be talking about today is actually a rose and oud combination. It's in another oud fragrance, like another oud fragrance, pun intended. L'Autre Ôud from Maison LANCôME. Here it is. Let's spray this and let's talk about. It was here when I filmed the Turkish video. Alright, so I'm gonna tell you something. Oh my god, is that the most unique, never made rose oud combination on the market? Hello, of course not, but it is very well blended. It is very high quality. It is signature worthy. I'm telling you, I wear oud fragrances in summer, 24/7, 365. I know it's a very Middle Eastern thing to do, but hey, I'm originally from Middle East. I love that. If an oud fragrance is really well balanced and well blended, I think it can perform beautifully on a summer day. And I think such fragrance, an example of such fragrance can be L'Autre Ôud by LANCôME. Opening is very familiar, kind of like rose oud combination opening. Then it comes down to the rose at the heart, which is very high quality, very inviting. It smells so nice. I love that rose, and it's so very well balanced with oud. Performance is really nice too. Yes, I know there are kind of like million rose and oud combinations on the market, but I think this is a one that we cannot ignore. I think I like this better than Rose d'Arabie. And hey, I'm gonna be honest, my favorite rose and oud combination comes from my favorite house, Roja Parfum, and it's called United Arab Emirates. It's way up here, but I think this is getting closer to that level. This is a very, very good rose and oud combination, very wearable, very unisex. Oh, if you like, Oriental fragrances, if one says rose and oud combination and you're like, wow, I'm listening to you, I think L'Autre Ôud, another oud from LANCôME, can be right up your alley. Check this one out. Nice. You can go with the newer versions as well. I don't think there's a very significant difference between the older and new presentations. Yes, I do have the older version of L'Autre Ôud and the one and only Ôud Bouquet, and I cherish them, but don't get stuck with that. So go with whatever you can find at a reasonable price. That being said, now that it's on my left hand, we are going to be talking about the best LANCôME fragrance ever in my humble opinion, that is called Ôud Bouquet. What is Ôud Bouquet? Ôud Bouquet is the rose oud vanilla sugar interpretation. Yes, I talked about this fragrance on my channel before. The videos where I talked about Ôud Bouquet will be up in the card section or down in the description box. But Ellie's channel, YouTube channel, and Instagram account called A Fragrant Life UK. But wow, I don't think LANCôME would ever be capable of, would ever be able to release, or would be capable of kind of like, outdoing itself or the brand itself, because they already have Ôud Bouquet, Gourmand, Rose Oud Praline fragrance, but it's not rosy. Rose is very subdued, very in the background. It's not to your face. It's just there to make things really well balanced, very round, very sexy, very inviting. But oh my god, oh, so good. This is so nice that the opening has kind of like the benzoinic vibe to it as well. From start to finish. Summer, winter, 0 to 100 ages, men, women, whoever, wherever, whenever, want to smell sexy, inviting, seductive, edible, I think Ôud Bouquet is the fragrance to go with. Wow, what is your take on message from this video today? Forget anything. Forget everything that I talked about today. One thing you wanna retain is that Ôud Bouquet is a very nice fragrance, everyone. So good, so inviting, so alluring, so sexy. Oh, kind of like, praline, that vanilla sugary vibe, gourmand vibe is very prominent, but then rose and oud is in the background, rose being really, really in the backstage actually. Wow. I think at this point many viewers know this fragrance. You like it or you leave it, but hey, I mean this is really nice. I think this is one of my 10 designer fragrances that I'm gonna keep for the rest of my life, and for that reason I am recommending you to check out LANCôME Ôud Bouquet. All right. Whoa. We covered 5 fragrances from LANCôME's private line, LANCôME, Maison LANCôME. These are not niche fragrances. LANCôME is a designer in my books, so I think I'm going to stop at this point. I think these 5 just make my fragrance wardrobe complete when it comes to LANCôME. There are other fragrances. There are nice quality fragrances. There are sort of linear, but if you like the smell per se, don't be shy, give them a try. I think Maison LANCôME, the private line, is a line that we can spend money on, and I would like to know what your opinions are when it comes to these 5 specific fragrances and the house LANCôME in general. Let me know down in the comment section. Let's keep the discussion going down there. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I can't wait to see you at the next one. Take care, everyone.